Hey everybody, this is Lou, and this is my very first pregnancy update vlog. I'm gonna update you on my first trimester because when we did our announcement video, I was almost 4 months pregnant, so I thought I would do a recap of the first 3 months of pregnancy because some of you have been asking. So here it is, my very first pregnancy update video. Starting with the beginning. On May 1st is when I found out I was pregnant, and I really didn't have any symptoms at all other than I thought I was a few days late. So I got a pregnancy test, turned out to be positive, obviously. And at the time I was freaking out because it was scary. And last year, losing little Bean, I was almost 3 months when I had a miscarriage. I was just really scared of being pregnant again. So I was very nervous. Turns out I was 10 days late, which is pretty significant. I was 5 weeks and 3 days at that point, and I had like no symptoms at all, other than a positive test. So that evening, this was kind of special. I knew that last year after losing little Bean that when I got pregnant again, I would want to be positive about it. I remember telling myself that I would want to think positive about the pregnancy, take it a day at a time, and be happy and appreciate every single day. And that was just something that I promised myself. So I actually got that evening, I got Ralph to pray for me, and it actually helped relieve a lot of stress and anxiety that I was feeling that day. And it was just really special. And it meant a lot to me. And I think it helped just the rest of the days go by feeling a little bit better, just knowing that, you know, Ralph was praying for me, and it just made me feel a lot better about the whole situation. So the rest of week 5 went pretty well. I had a little bit of anxiety, but I thought my motto is gonna be one day at a time. And so literally every day I'd be like, today is this day, May whatever. And as far as I know, my baby is doing well, I'm doing well, and I'm thankful for that. So that was like my thing that would help me de-stress and calm down if I felt anxious. Week 6. I have a photo of week 6. Also with week 6, I have the poop emoji because I was pooping a lot. If I didn't know I was pregnant, I would thought that I was sick. And I know that's terrible, but that was just one of the symptoms that I had. I also had really bad dreams, like nightmares that were horrible and would like cause anxiety. So I'd wake up in the morning and just be really upset about it and try to calm down before I started my day. So that was kind of terrible. I also signed up for a yoga program for 8 weeks starting the following week. So that was something that I was excited to start. Week 6 wasn't too bad. I only noticed that if my stomach was full, I wasn't feeling the best. So I made sure that I would eat like small snacks throughout the day, and then I would feel great. Week 7, I also have a photo for that. And that one's the barf emoji. Not barf, but like feeling sick, because I would have days of just the smells of stuff. I'm a cook, so I would cook chicken and it would smell disgusting and make me feel sick. I chewed on a lot of gins, which was great. I think I started drinking kombucha at that point again too. But basically smells, empty stomach, chicken or meat, anything like that would just make me feel disgusting. Week 7 was my very first ultrasound, which was so cool. The lady was like, is this your first pregnancy? And I said, no. And then she's like, oh, so you have a baby at home? And I was like, no. I said I had a miscarriage. She's like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And then she put the Doppler, whatever, right on my stomach, and then immediately showed me the screen. Like she turned it right away. And she's like, look, there's a heartbeat. So it's like she knew that I needed to see that. But here's a little photo. The babe looked like a little caterpillar or something. It was kind of interesting. But that was cool to see, and it was nice to see the heartbeat. It was still, like, it was great to see that and see that everything was going well, but it wasn't like, oh, I feel so much better, because last year we saw the heartbeat, so it was happiness, but it wasn't like full excitement like you'd think it would be. It's kind of hard, that's all. So yeah, that was week 7 for me. Week 8 was the melon emoji, and not melons that you eat, but meaning something else. I started to feel a lot of breast pain. They were growing, and yeah, that's always kind of weird. A lot of stabbing pains too, which isn't cool. So like throughout the day I'd be at work just like kind of uncomfortable. So yeah, definitely the melons were a big thing. Week 8. I started feeling less nauseous throughout the day, and more like when I wasn't full. I was eating a lot less that week as well, which was kind of weird. I just didn't have much of an appetite. Also, I have a story with week 8. That was when I was craving a quiche, and Ralph wanted to make me a healthier option, so he made this delicious quiche. And instead of a crust, it had a sweet potato crust, and it looked absolutely amazing. And I had like 2 bites, and it was disgusting to me. So he had to eat the whole quiche. I'm so sorry, Ralph. He's so sweet. He's done that so many times. He would make like a healthier option for me. And I just didn't like, I think he added garlic to it. Do you remember what you added to the quiche? Garlic or sausage. Yeah, the baby just wants me to be vegetarian or something. So I couldn't eat the quiche, and he made an entire one just for me. So that was kind of too bad. Also, week 8, I started to notice a little tiny pudge, at least for me, where it just, a little pudge seemed kind of visible to me anyway. Week 9, I woke up at about 9.5 weeks, and I felt great one morning. I just woke up and I didn't feel like I needed to eat immediately. And I was like, that's really weird. And then it happened the next day again, and it started to cause anxiety for me because feeling great, I almost didn't feel pregnant. I didn't understand what was going on. I almost was preparing myself, thinking that there was something wrong with the baby. Yeah, that was kind of scary, but it pretty much was a few days in a row, and then I started feeling nauseous again the next day. So it was weird how feeling nauseous was almost a comforting feeling for me, because I knew that I'm like, oh, I'm still pregnant. So week 9 was very weird for me. Week 10, I still felt great. It was like, okay, this might just be normal, like just feeling great every single day. It was still very bizarre for me though. I went to Ralph's gig in Toronto, which was really cool and a lot of fun. It was actually kind of bizarre too, because last year I was there at the same gig while pregnant with Little Bean, so that was just kind of weird. I also could start eating salads again and food that I enjoy, because chicken was never a thing for me. And I think that was the week that I cried over my chicken salad.
How's your salad?
It's really good. Oh, sorry.
Lou was crying because our salad was so good.
I just haven't enjoyed a salad in so long.
Your app did say that this week was be emotional, so there you go.
I've never cried from being so happy. It was so good, and I was happy that I could eat healthy again. Week 11, I had my very first midwife appointment, and I was so excited for this. I've always wanted to have a midwife, and I was just really excited for this appointment. They checked to see if there was a heartbeat, but they couldn't find it because I ended up measuring at 10 weeks and 4 days. So they couldn't find a heartbeat, which kind of bummed me out because I really wanted to hear the heartbeat because I thought it would make me feel so much better. But that's okay. My appointment was great. All of the midwives are so cool. I feel like I could be friends with all of them. And I'm just really excited to have midwives. I love it. For week 12, I gotta be honest with you, I didn't really write down anything that was happening this week. I do remember I wanted to just kind of focus on myself mentally this week. I do remember that much because I had lost Little Bean last year at the same time, so I just wanted to get through this week. I meditate, I did yoga, my weekly yoga, which helped me so much. And yeah, it was just, nothing was too memorable about this week other than I just wanted to get through it and still just feeling really great. Week 13, we had an ultrasound, and this was crazy. Our baby was sucking his hand, his little legs were crossed, and it was the sweetest thing that we'd ever seen in our entire life. You can see the little brain, I think. So that was pretty amazing to see, the fact that it actually looks like a little baby. The heart was beating at 152 beats per minute, and we got to see that as well, and Ralph got to come into the room. It was really special. That definitely felt more real and awesome, and I just love the photos so much. It's the cutest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. That's pretty much how the last few weeks have been, but I'm really thankful that I've been feeling so great, really since like week 9.5, week 10, I've been feeling great. And my anxiety's gone down a lot. I think just thinking one day at a time has really been helping me. At some point I may have to think further ahead. But for now, I'm just like, one day at a time. Baby's doing well. My stomach is growing, which I should show you. And people are excited and happy, and family and friends are so supportive. So Ralph and I are excited. And I thought I would ask Ralph if he actually has anything that he would like to add about how the first trimester has been, because I'm sure he has some words. So let's bring Ralph in for a second.
Just what everyone wants to hear, the husband's opinion of the first trimester. I thought you did really well. I thought, like, considering all of the fear and anxiety around last year, that you did a really good job of staying kind of level-headed, maybe not on the inside, but
yeah, I tried my best.
You never took a day off work. You dealt with people at work who were complaining about being sick while you felt sick, which is so
that can be hard.
Annoying when you feel like, but you couldn't share it, so you had to keep to yourself and just kind of push through, and I was proud of you for that. I think also, I don't know if you mentioned the naturopath, but like you were really sort of attentive to, through the last year, just paying attention to health and taking the right supplements to get your iron levels back up, taking magnesium to help with some of that anxiety and just better nervous system function, and
the omegas,
omega-3s, just making sure that, like, nutritionally she was taking care of everything, and sort of being guided by a naturopath that we found really helpful. So that's really cool. And I mean, you seem a lot happier, which is really nice, and you seem a lot gassier. She wakes me up with a fart every morning.
Oh my gosh.
And they just
like while I'm
keep
still
getting
sleeping.
worse. Your attitude was really great all the first trimester. You struggled with some food stuff, but and sometimes but you never really had too many cravings. I went and got ice cream once or twice for you. I did take her pee to the doctor's office twice. I don't know how I got roped into that situation.
And there was a few times, I don't know if you remember, you tried to help calm me, where I'd think that something was wrong physically. You remember?
Yeah, well, I think that's what anxiety does, is your mind kind of goes to the worst possible scenario. Yeah. And
you'd be like, hon, you're blowing this out of proportion. I'm
just
like,
try and get a bit of a bird's eye view instead of being caught up in the terror of the moment. Like, a couple times during the pregnancy already, you've been like, I feel good, I'm nervous. Yeah. Because you don't want to feel good, because you're afraid that if you feel good, it means something bad is happening. But that's, there's gonna be days where you feel sick and days when you feel fine. But anyways, it's been a very much a roller coaster, because we kept the entire first trimester. We've ended up calling it semester somehow.
Just for fun, yeah. But I think I called it a semester one time.
Oh, she definitely bawled her eyes out at one of the movies we went to. The screen went dim and she was like, but you've definitely been a little more emotional, and now you are 16 weeks. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Yeah, I'm 16 weeks and 3 days. My next video, I think I'll do it around when I'm 18 weeks, between 18 and 22 weeks, because that is when I'm doing my anatomy scan, and they're gonna see the baby and everything. We're not gonna find out the gender, but I think that's when I'll do my next one, because I'll maybe have a few weeks of some stuff to chat about.
Did you want to show your belly?
Let's show the belly. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the little update. I'm glad and happy to share stuff with you guys, so I hope you enjoyed it anyway. I will see you next time I do an update video. Bye, guys.